During Moses' birth, Pharaoh had ordered all Israelite boys be killed. This decree shook up the land and also brought concern to Moses' mother because they were Israelites. Because of this law, Moses' mother made a cradle and placed him in it as she would float him down the river. With much prayer and love, they knew God would make a way somehow. Surprisingly, Pharaoh's daughter saw baby Moses floating, and she wanted to keep the baby for herself, and Miriam, who was Moses' sister, who happened to be standing by, asked Pharaoh's daughter if she needed a nurse to assist with raising the child. Pharaoh's daughter agreed. Miriam, of course, chose Moses' mother to nurse Moses. Wow, isn't God's way simply amazing? Can you see how God can send peace through such a traumatizing situation? Moses called to lead. Moses grew older, he realized how enslaved the Hebrew people were, and he felt pricked in his heart. Moses felt he should do something about it. One day while watching the Egyptians torture the Israelites, Moses happened to witness a Hebrew slave being mistreated. Out of anger, Moses killed the Egyptian. Because of this illegal act, Pharaoh sought to kill Moses, and Moses fled to a land called Midian. While in Midian, Moses started a family. He was trusted by his new Midianite family. One day while taking his sheep deep into the desert, the Lord appeared to Moses through a flame of fire in a bush. Moses realized the bush was not burned and drew closer to see this fire. God called Moses, and Moses said, "Here am I." The Lord said, "I have seen the affliction of the Hebrew people and have come to deliver them out of bondage and take them into a land flowing with milk and honey. Go, Moses, I am sending you to speak to Pharaoh so that he can let my people go." The Red Sea. After sending 10 plagues to Pharaoh, it was after the 10th plague that Pharaoh finally let the Hebrew people go. Moses was able to deliver them from the hands of Pharaoh. While leading them away from Egypt, Pharaoh resented the fact he couldn't rule the Hebrew people anymore and raced to take the Hebrew people back. In his pursuit, Moses got word of it and knew God would have to intervene because the sea was in front of them. Moses lifted up his rod and the sea departed, allowing the Hebrew people to pass through the sea. For the Egyptians, God allowed the waters to overwhelm them and they didn't make it through. Life in the wilderness. Moses and the Israelites embarked on a challenging journey through the wilderness, guided by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, which were manifestations of God's presence. During this time, God provided them with manna, a miraculous food, and water from a rock to sustain them. Moses ascended Mount Sinai to receive the 10 Commandments and other laws from God. He spent 40 days and 40 nights on the mountain, during which time the Israelites became impatient and created a golden calf to worship. When Moses descended and saw this idolatry, he broke the stone tablets in anger. Moses interceded for the people, and God forgave them. He received a new set of stone tablets with the commandments. The Israelites continued their journey, facing various challenges, including battles with neighboring tribes like the Amalekites. Moses appointed leaders and judges to help govern the growing community. They also constructed the tabernacle, a portable sanctuary where they worshiped God and made sacrifices. Rescued but still disobedient. The journey through the wilderness lasted for 40 years as a consequence of the Israelites' disobedience and lack of faith. During this time, Moses continued to guide and lead them despite his own shortcomings. Moses' story culminated when, on the edge of the Promised Land, he saw it from a distance but was not permitted to enter due to an act of disobedience. Instead, he blessed Joshua as his successor. Moses' life ended with him looking out over the Promised Land from Mount Nebo, and he died there at the age of 120. Joshua then led the Israelites into the long-awaited Promised Land, fulfilling the legacy of Moses as their great leader and prophet. Reflection. "Let my people go," Moses declared, teaching us the importance of standing up for justice and liberation. His journey through the wilderness exemplifies the resilience needed to overcome challenges, while his faith in the face of uncertainty inspires us to trust in our own journeys. Just as Moses received guidance on Mount Sinai, we should seek moments of reflection and introspection to find our own paths and purpose in life.